Welcome students in this session of Physics New Era channel. Today we are about to start a new chapter of 11, that is measurement. In this measurement, several subtopics we are going to take. In that one, what are the needs of the measurement? Then we are about to define the physical quantity. Then we have the fundamental physical quantity. And then we have the supplementary physical quantity and derived quantity. And what exactly we say definitions regarding that one, and accelerated factor along with their examples we are going to explain. Then later on we are going to take what are the requirements of good unit, and then later on we have the unit, what exactly means the unit, and then we have the fundamental unit, and then we have the derived unit. In this session we are going to take up till this now. So let us start with the needs of measurement. What are the needs of measurement? This is very important. Needs of measurement. The first subtopic, that is need. What are the requirement of measurements or need for measurement? Why it is having the measurement? It is required. So measurement is before you. So several factors on which it depends. So that factors we are going to discuss. What are the needs for the measurement? So the first factor is this one, that sensation is the first point. Okay, sensation is the first point, and then second point we will discuss, but initially we are going to give the sensation. What exactly is it? That we get the knowledge of surrounding with the help of sensation, just like hearing, touching, smelling. But a general prediction is this one, that we cannot predict exactly what exactly is the length of this pen. I don't know. It requires some certain measurement. So that's why it needs to have the measurement. But before that one, we can say that due to by the personal judgment, we cannot predict any physical quantity. We cannot measure any physical quantity, we say. So the first is what are the sensation? We get the knowledge of surrounding with the help of smelling, touching, and hearing. But what happened? It is not enough. We cannot measure any physical quantity by personal judgment. Personal judgment. So it requires some sort of experiment. So we are performing some sort of experiment. Experiment is performed so as to measure any physical quantity. But during the experiment, we know very well, during the experiment, we require to have some sort of observations. Means during the experiment, we are going to perform the observations. Not only observations, but we are going to perform the calculation also. And after calculation, the physical quantity is expressed in terms of their units, and hence laws, such as which are the laws we know? We know the Ohm's law. Laws such as Ohm's law, Boyle's law, and then we have the Charles law. Are expressed in terms of physical quantity and their unit. So as to express this, it is necessary to have the, we say, measurement. Otherwise, we cannot get any idea about any physical quantity along with its unit. These are the needs for the measurement. Now we are going to know, sir, here different aspects we have taken. In that one, we say physical quantity is one of that term we don't understand. So let us explain the physical quantity. Physical quantity. Let us explain this physical quantity. What exactly is this physical quantity? Once again, I would like to explain all these factors. We know that we get the knowledge of the surrounding by the smelling, touching, and hearing. We cannot measure any physical quantity by our personal judgment. Just like this, the pen, it is there, which is having the length near about exactly 12 centimeter, but it is my personal judgment. It is not measured with the help of experiment. So as to get the correct judgment of this one, we'll have to perform several experiments, and during that we say experiment, we are going to take several observations, and then calculation we are going to do, and then after that one, the quantity, a physical quantity, which is in the form of any number as well as unit, it is we are going to express, and it may be expressed in terms of laws also, such as Ohm's law, Boyle's law, and Charles' law. So as to express this one, some sort of reading we are going to take, and then later it is expressed in terms of unit, and that's why it is necessary to have the measurement. This is about the needs for the measurement, and then later on we have the physical quantity. What exactly means the physical quantity? Any any measurable, see, any measurable any measurable property, see, property of material body. We know the material body, and any we say any measurable property of a material body is known as a physical quantity. Example, property such as the weight of the body, mass of the body. We have the weight because we say material body. This is a pen is a material body which is having the length, so length is there. This is your physical quantities. These are the physical quantities. But we are going to measure now, or we are going to explain now the different heading such as fundamental. See, fundamental physical quantity. What exactly is the fundamental physical quantity? Name itself indicates fundamental means basic. Fundamental means basic. The term fundamental means basic means on which the several factors depends. That's why it is fundamental. So, fundamental physical quantity. Already we have defined the physical quantity. Any measurable property of a material body is known as a physical quantity. Example is before you. Any body possesses some sort of weight, or it possesses some sort of mass. This is one sort of physical body which is having the length L. Means this is the length we say. This is the length of the body. Now we have the basic, that is fundamental physical quantity. One more term we are going to explain, that is fundamental physical quantity. What is meant by this fundamental physical quantity? Physical quantity which does not depend upon any other quantity for its measurement is known as fundamental physical quantity. Is known as fundamental physical quantity. Means the physical quantity does not depend upon, depends upon any other quantity, to express is known as what? Known as fundamental 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 physical quantity. This is your fundamental physical quantity. What about the examples? Let us take the examples here. Here, several examples we are going to take. You will have to remember all these. Here, mass does not depend upon any factor. Mass, length, time. Then we have the temperature, amount of substance, and the last one, that is luminous intensity. These are the, we say, fundamental quantities which does not depend upon any other quantity to express it, and that's why it is known as fundamental basic quantities. Now we are going to know about supplementary fundamental quantity. We already taken the examples of fundamental physical quantity such as mass, length, time, temperature, luminous intensity, amount of substance. Now we are about to take supplementary fundamental quantity. Supplementary fundamental quantity. Now this supplementary fundamental quantity we need to define first, and accordingly we are going to give the examples of this fundamental, we say, supplementary fundamental quantities. So these are the additional fundamental quantities which does not depend upon any other quantity for its measurement, is known as a supplementary fundamental quantity. This one is the additional, we say, just word is the additional fundamental quantity which does not depend upon depends upon any other quantity for its measurement. Is known as a supplementary fundamental quantity. Example is before you. Plane angle and solid angle. Plane angle and solid angle are the best examples of supplementary fundamental quantity. Means here we already taken the list of fundamental quantity, that is mass, length, time, temperature, we say electric current, luminous intensity, amount of substance. How many? These are 7. Including this one, with addition to this one, we have this plane angle and solid angle. Means these are the we say total 7 plus 2, 9. Means 9 fundamental quantities. These are the supplementary fundamental quantities. Now we are going to know about unit. What about the unit? Because it is the vital play. We say vital role it plays to express any physical quantity. Without unit, we say fundamental any other quantity, it is meaningless. Just like that. 5. 5 what? 5 kilogram, 5 meter, 5 kilometer will decide exactly the we say value of that, and that's why this plays a vital role. Any we say physical quantity, already we know that any measurable property of a material body is known as physical quantity. Okay, and we know the fundamental physical quantity. A quantity which does not depend upon any other quantity for its measurement is known as fundamental quantity. Now we have the supplementary quantity, which is additional fundamental quantity which does not depend upon any other quantity for its measurement. Several examples already we taken. That is, we say supplementary. For that one, we have the plane angle and solid angle. Now the unit. Standard used for the measurement of any physical quantity. Standard used to express any physical quantity is known as unit. It is known as unit. So this is a unit. This is your supplementary quantity. Now let us divide this unit into once again the two types, just like the same, that is physical quantity. But here the unit we have, the units which are expressed, that is fundamental unit, and second one is derived unit. Similar to this one, this fundamental for any physical quantity also divide into two types. Physical quantity, in shortcut I am going to write QTY. Physical quantity, again it divide into two types. That is, one already we have explained, that is fundamental quantity, and other is a derived quantity. This is the fundamental quantity, other is a derived quantity. Already we have defined the fundamental quantity. Now we are going to define derived quantity, and then later on the unit types we are going to take. So derived quantity. Quantity which depends upon fundamental quantity to express is known as derived quantity. Means it depends upon which quantity? Fundamental quantity. Here quantity or any physical quantity which depends upon fundamental quantity of physical quantity depends upon fundamental quantity to express is known as what? Derived quantity. So let us take the example of derived quantity. Let us take the example. Here how it depends. See, we know the velocity is nothing but a displacement upon time, and we know that displacement is nothing but the length and time t. Already we know that fundamental quantity is having the units, example mass, length, time, sorry, it is a unit one. So if I am going to consider the fundamental quantity. These fundamental quantity are having the example. Examples are mass, length, time, temperature, electric current, and then luminous intensity, and then we have the amount of substance, amount of substance. Now let us take that one. This is the length. What about the unit? Sorry, what about the quantity which we are going to express? This is the velocity which we are going to express in terms of length and time, and that's why velocity is one of the example of derived quantity. Now we have the density. Another example is a density. The first example is velocity. Second example is density. We know the density is equal to, here I am going to write separately so as to clear understanding. Here density, we know the density is nothing but mass upon volume, but we know volume is nothing but a length cube. Once again it is expressed in terms of mass and length. This is in terms of length, see, length and time, means it depends upon fundamental quantity to express. This is velocity, density, acceleration, force. These are the best examples of, we say, derived quantity. Now we have the unit types. Already we have defined the unit. So the unit type we have the unit. A standard used for the measurement of any physical quantity is known as a unit. It is of two types, just like the fundamental. It is also divided into two types. One is a fundamental, or it is also known as a basic. Fundamental, and other is a derived. Fundamental unit and derived unit. Fundamental unit are those units which cannot derive. Fundamental units are the units which cannot be derived or which are not derived from any other unit, is known as a fundamental unit. So we already expressed the fundamental quantity, mass, length, time, temperature. The unit of that one is known as a fundamental unit, which are not derived from any other quantity. Sorry, any other unit is known as, we say, fundamental unit. Example is mass is having the unit, that is kilogram, meter, second. These are the examples. Lot of examples we have, but here few examples it is given. Now the derived unit. Derived units are the units which are derived using fundamental unit, is known as derived unit. Units which are derived from the fundamental unit or obtained from the fundamental unit is known as a derived unit. So let us take the example. We know the density is having the unit, we say mass per unit, volume. So density is equal to mass per unit volume. So it is in kilogram, mass is in kilogram, and volume is in meter cube. Area, meter square. So this is the unit. This is the unit. These are known as derived unit which we have obtained. The quantities which are here, it is given. These are the quantities, and this is nothing but our derived unit. Okay, derived unit. So which are make right are the unit. Once again, kilogram, meter per second square, meter per second square. Okay, meter square, meter cube. See, this is nothing but your force. Force, how? F is equal to m into a. Acceleration is nothing but we say velocity per distance, or we say meter per second. That means meter per second square in short. And already we know this is in kilogram. So already we got acceleration is having the unit, that is kilogram meter per kilogram meter per second square. This is the unit of the force. This is the unit of acceleration. This is the unit of area. This is the unit of volume. These are the derived units which we have obtained. In this session, already we have taken the several aspects such as need for the measurement, then fundamental physical quantity, then we have the supplementary physical quantity, and later on we have taken that derived physical quantity, and one by one we have taken already that unit. Then we have the types of unit, that is fundamental unit and derived unit, along with the examples. The examples are before you. Several examples we have taken. Thank you.